It's the Riot Podcast. This is the Wednesday, June 7th edition. If you work from home, what would it take to get you to go back into the office full time?
That's a good question. I don't work from home.
Yeah.
But a lot of my friends do, and there's not much like you're getting back in there. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I think once you taste that sweet, sweet freedom that comes with, that I imagine comes, because I've never done it either, with working from home, I imagine it'd be pretty difficult to win you back into taking your hard-earned time. I guess you didn't hard-earn it, but taking your time and driving into the office and then hanging out with other people that you may or may not want to hang out with and whatever. Well, I've got one company that's desperately trying to get people to come back to work after they've been working from home. It's Salesforce.
I know Salesforce.
You've heard of Salesforce?
I think somebody who works for Salesforce,
Hey,
oddly enough.
do they work from home?
I assume so.
This is what they could be getting if they decide to go back to the office then. Salesforce is going to start donating $10 a day to a local charity for employees that come in to the office to actually work in person from June 12th, between June 12th and June 23rd. Is that good enough for you?
No.
It feels kind of crappy to say no, right?
Yes.
That could be like $100 to a charity you care about. I don't know if you get to pick the charity. I assume you do. Otherwise, it's just a horrible offer.
$10 per day.
But it does feel kind of crappy. Like you're still doing the same work. You're still getting paid the same.
You feel better.
But it's also $100 to some cause you care about. However, it also feels super, super lame and cheap.
Yeah, it's 11 days. So it's like, $110.
We wouldn't do it.
Do you want me to like in reality in my life?
Yeah, just be truthful.
You mean be true? No, I wouldn't do it. No chance. I don't even
There's
donate.
no
I don't even
charity.
donate. I don't even donate to the Ronald McDonald House when I go through the drive-through at McDonald's.
Yeah. You know what? We've said similar things to this, and that actually reminds me that I would hold out on this too, because at the very least, if you're willing to do $10 extra a day, give that to me. I'll give it to the charity myself. Why do you have to do it?
Yeah,
Leave it up
I
to
agree.
me.
I agree with that too.
I don't like when other companies donate for me.
I think
Let me handle it.
Because then I think that what they should do is say, hey, we'll give you $10 extra a day, which is essentially nothing. But anyway, you can say either we can give you $10 extra a day, or we can donate to the charity. So you get an option.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that work at Salesforce that probably make a bunch of money.
Uh-huh.
And they don't need that $10 a day. And they might say, you know what? Donating to the charity will make me feel better.
Uh-huh.
And then there's other people that are lower on the totem pole that are like, you know what? That covers my lunch. Like,
yeah.
Sounds kind of nice.
$10 is $10. And that's,
I can go out to eat for lunch.
As you mentioned,
Boom.
That's 11 days. It's $110. That's not nothing.
You could convince me. There's a way to convince me to come back into the office is if you give me $10 a day to go out and get Chipotle. To go out and get food for lunch, because at least then I have something I'm looking forward to, which is going out to eat for lunch. Because if I was working from home, I wouldn't. You do.
It is actually a hard slap in the face from reality that $10 a day really would barely even cover you going out to Chipotle for lunch.
It would cover it. I would have to pay $1.55, but that's because I get steak and queso and whatnot. You can get McDonald's. You can get whatever you want. Yeah.
You could eat okay at McDonald's, but. Yeah,
you can eat pretty good. You can get a full meal at McDonald's. But think
about this, though. If they were like, if you come into the office, we'll get you McDonald's for lunch every day. Even that would be like, you know what? I kind of think I'd just rather work from home.
It's tough.
That would make it a tough call for me.
I think if they provide
If I was making more money, it would really make it it wouldn't make it a tough call. I'd be just like, no, I can buy McDonald's myself.
If I would come into the office, if I got to get to eat out every day, I think that could convince me. At least a couple days a week. I would come in a couple days because I like working in person too.
Yeah.
Like I
Sometimes
like it.
You gotta do it.
It's not that hard to convince. Wouldn't be that hard to convince me. I mean, RadioU convinces me to come in here every single day. So
you know what?
I'm not that hard to convince.
You know what? I'll say it. I feel bad for Salesforce. Feel bad for them. For the bosses, the CEOs, they have it tough.
How do they have it tough?
Well, I mean, you kind of had to let people work from home for a while, and that doesn't mean that's what you wanted as a company. And now how are you supposed to get them back? It's a tough spot. Feel bad for these CEOs making millions of dollars. They have to earn it now.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for them.
They have to motivate their employees to do something they don't want to do.
That's what being a leader is, Hudson.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for them.
I don't feel bad for them.
I don't envy them at all.
I'd trade places with them right now, to be honest. I'd trade places. If my boss came to me and was like, yeah, so your project today is to try to get people to come back and get in the workplace.
Yeah.
I'd say, sounds like a pretty good project. Creative thinking, yeah, sure. Let's sit down and have a meeting about it. Maybe we'll offer $10 a day to give to charities. If that's what the solution is to your job, then that sounds like a pretty good job to me, because that's a crappy solution.
All right, coming up in the podcast today, we talk about a guy who is a fair or foul situation with a guy in a parking spot. We also, what else did we get to today? We talk about some of the craziest things people have ordered for room service. I like that one a lot.
That was a good one. I also like the new fashion trend. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You guys are going to love it. If you like tanlines as much as I do, you're going to love this one.
And then coming up tomorrow, it is the return of Choice Champions, where Isaiah and I draft fantasy teams of random stuff, and you decide which one is better. Tomorrow, it's the grossest food edition. I was thinking of the one rule for that is it has to be something you've actually eaten. You can't
something you've tried?
Yeah, you can't pick like fermented shark from Iceland.
That works.
Because we've never had that.
I'm with it.
Yeah, if you've got one you want to make sure we draft tomorrow, 8772 radio. You text it in or leave it in the comments, and we'll catch you next time.
We'll see you guys soon.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on RadioU.
I've got a new flavor of Coca-Cola coming to store shelves. Actually, any day now. You might be able to go find it. It should be available today. It's called Ultimate Zero Sugar. Although, oddly enough, there will be a full sugar version available as well.
So it's just called Ultimate?
I guess that's just Ultimate.
I think so.
And it is in collaboration with Riot Games. A celebration of League of Legends, the game League of Legends. You ever play that?
I never played it, but I know what it is.
Well, if you do play League of Legends, I'll let you know that you can get unlock extra rewards thanks to this drink. But I'll get to that in a second. First, I want to let you know. Well, of course, the big question is, what does this thing taste like? And
Ultimate.
I'll tell you what Coca-Cola Ultimate will taste like, or Ultimate Zero Sugar, if that's what you so choose to get. They claim that it tastes like what experience points would taste like.
That's stupid.
You ever played video games and you've been like, I wonder what it tastes like to get experience points if I was to drink them? It tastes like Coca-Cola Ultimate coming to store shelves, to coolers across the country, nationwide. And then I can also tell you that you can get League of Legends rewards, themed rewards, by completing missions in the game. If you get 7 assists in a single game, you can earn the ultimate team play emote. If you earn 12,000 gold in a single game, you can earn the ultimate gains emote.
What's up with all the emotes? Nobody wants emotes.
I think they do want emotes.
No, they don't.
People love to emote.
No,
it's something you can only do in a game.
Yeah, and nobody uses.
You can't emote in real life.
If you want to give someone just a worthless prize in a game, like if you want to be like, hey, here's something that nobody cares about, you give them emotes.
I think
it's like the free version.
You can say that, but have you seen all the money that like Fortnite and League of Legends and all these games make just by getting people to buy dances?
It's different with Fortnite because they actually do the dance. But usually the emotes.
How do you know? You never played League of Legends.
Usually the emotes are just like a little like thumbs up that pops up in a bubble next to your person's face. And that's silly.
Well, what do you want for playing a video game and drinking Coca-Cola? What kind of rewards are you hoping for?
Well, I'm just saying if these are pointless rewards. So they're putting them on this list as if they're giving you like 50,000 coins.
What?
You're not getting 50,000 coins for drinking this ultimate Coca-Cola.
Well,
I'm just trying to help the people out. I don't want them to get all excited.
You clearly don't understand the conversion rate.
You're making them excited, and I'm not. I'm trying to keep them calm here.
I don't think you get the conversion rate. 10,000 coins is worth 1/3 of an emote. So,
yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Let me tell you the last reward you can get. You can win if you can win a game in under 20 minutes. You earn the ultimate tempo emote.
I don't want the emotes. I don't want the emotes.
You're out of luck. You can either get an emote or you can go try the new Coca-Cola Ultimate flavor.
I want like some punching points or something. give me like a better move or something. Or
you
something.
don't even know if they punch in this game.
I don't know what they do, but I want something better than an emote because that's pointless. I can't even use it. I
don't know a ton about League of Legends. If it's like Fortnite, you only get to do the emote like when you win. So you'd never get to do the emote anyways.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It's available Coca-Cola Ultimate until July 18th.
Sick.
Yeah, we should try it.
I was excited about it when I first saw it, and now they've ruined it for me. They've ruined it because they did all this stupid emote stuff.
Why
I don't
does the
want the
emote
emotes.
bother you?
Because they're trying to make it like a thing that it's not, and I don't like that.
You don't have to have it.
I don't want it.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Now, the big news in the sports world yesterday, Isaiah shared with me, I thought he was lying, but it'd also be a weird thing to lie about, that the PGA Tour is merging with Live Golf and also the DP World Tour, whatever the heck that is. And so they're calling a truce after the last year or so, maybe a little longer, shorter, give or take, of bickering and fighting and a war of words. Now it's all going to be put behind them.
People are not happy. People are upset with this.
Which people?
The PGA people.
Like the golfers?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they have to be.
Wouldn't you be?
Tiger Woods turned down like $700 million to be like, you know what? I'll stand with the PGA. I'll do the right thing. I won't go and take this money that the PGA before was calling like blood money.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I'm not going to take their dirty money. I'm going to stay here with the PGA and hang out. And then the PGA just goes behind their back and says, you know what? Maybe that blood money isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we went in on a little bit of that. And they left all their players out to dry. Hang to dry. Hung them to dry. Didn't even tell them that they were going to do the merger. They had no idea. They found out when we found out, which is absolutely wild.
It is a crazy thing to do. I mean, it's a catch-22 because, like, if RadioU was going to merge with some other thing, we're not the bosses. So why would we have to know beforehand until they actually?
Because we don't get to make the decision, but you would think.
But if it was some Saudi-backed company that we were merging with, and we could have had hundreds of millions of dollars if we joined them and then still gotten our old jobs back. But after the merger, I think we'd be pretty justifiably upset.
You'd be pretty mad. I'd be pretty mad. I'm not going to lie. I'd be pretty mad.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to be the ones that were
trying to do the right thing. Yeah.
And then our bosses were like, nah, we don't have to do the right thing. Let's just do it.
Yeah. When there's that much money involved. Do you understand this? Like, do you understand why the PGA did it? Because it didn't. There was no. This wasn't like something that was talked about.
Oh, they had to.
PGA and Live Golf fought for a while. Live Golf stole a bunch of their players by paying them hundreds of millions of dollars of blood money last year, and then things kind of just continued on, and the PGA seemed to be fine. Nobody even talked about Live Golf anymore. I assume they were doing it. I didn't even know. And then out of the blue, the PGA just bends the knee.
See, I think it's because the PGA, this season so far, it's been really crappy. Like the players have not been playing it. Like the Live Golf players have been playing better. They've been playing better.
We did have a Live Golf player, Brooks Koepka, win a major, and that's the first time that's happened.
Yes.
Granted, that's only had 8 chances to happen. So
yeah, exactly. But for them, I think. For PGA, they both couldn't survive on their own. Obviously, the Live Golf, they had, the money. And so they were just saying, whatever, we have tons of money. We're just going to throw it into this. Where the PGA were trying to put out a good product. And pretty much all the people care about, the watchers of golf. They're going to say they don't Live Golf, whatever it is. They just want every time there's a tournament for the best players to play. And that's how it is.
Yeah.
And so when they split them up like this, it just wasn't good for golf. It wasn't doing good for TV. And it wasn't good for the PGA. So we need the golfers back. If that means that we're going to take on all the Live money and all this stuff, then it just has to be better that way. But there was no way they were going to survive as two separate entities because they were just splitting up all the good players. And the turnouts were not good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who winds up benefiting in all of this.
The Live Golf players?
Yeah, I guess that's
right.
They
get to come back. Clean slate, baby.
Them,
Phil Mickelson, who do you mean?
Those 40 guys that got a big payday and still get everything the way that it was before.
And Live Golf, they're going to get, the TV deal they're going to get on with is great now.
Yeah.
They're on ABC now.
It all feels wrong. It all feels nasty.
It always does.
I'm glad I'm not a golf aficionado so that I'd have real intense
You could
feelings
pretend to be
about it.
upset, just like all of them are.
That's right. But just keep on watching.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Ever ordered room service?
I think I have a couple times.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe I ever have.
You've never had room service?
I'm fairly confident I've never had any room service.
I've had it a couple times, I believe, when I was on vacation with my fam. We've ordered it a handful of times, but not very many. We like to go out to eat.
How luxurious does it feel to get room service?
When they just drop it off at your room, it feels pretty grand.
I imagine that feels like the most, like, you're just such a high roller if you can do that.
I think what happened was the few times we've done it, my parents were at like a fancy dinner for like their like company, whatever, that we were at the hotel for. And so my younger brother and I were just in the room. And so I think
you couldn't be trusted on your own.
Yeah, we just had to order the room service. We were little.
You were basically in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
In a nice jail.
And it was great.
Yeah. I have a list here from Hotels.com of the strangest room service requests, because I guess you can just ask for anything. That's so crazy. I don't even know how room service really works.
You gotta make some calls, buddy.
You call the front desk.
Have you ever looked at that menu that's in your room?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's what the room service is.
Yeah, so but these are people that are clearly going off menu.
Oh yeah, they're just going off the written road here. Looks like
one person who called up the front desk and asked for diet water.
I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
Diet water?
How could it be more diet than it already is?
Is that like Smart Water or something?
Is it a brand?
Fiji?
Diet water?
Diet water?
Yeah. Well, that's one. Somebody also asked for boiled bottled water.
Boiled bottled water.
People are very specific how they want their water. Actually, they're not, because diet water is very vague. It doesn't mean anything.
And boiled bottled water seems like so much work for nothing.
Doesn't that be steam?
It would be steam.
We also had somebody who asked specifically for melted ice cream.
Okay, that's, you know what? I feel like what they could have done there is they could have just had them bring them the ice cream.
And they melt it themselves.
And they just let it sit there for a little bit.
I feel like there was something they wanted to do with that. Like they were making something, or maybe they had like a bag of chips and they wanted to dip it in melted ice cream. Something like that. Like there was probably a good, I can see how there would be a good reason for that.
That's fair. That one's not terrible.
This one makes sense. A rice bowl for your dog.
Okay, yes, your dog doesn't want to eat anything. I get that.
I thought if you drop your dog in water.
No, a rice bowl for your dog.
Try to save it.
No.
Let's see. I've also got, this sounds nice. A giant serving of bison.
A giant serving of bison?
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Bison's
service.
Good. You know what? That should be on the menu anyway.
Yeah. I don't know how they wanted that cooked or anything, but I like bison.
That doesn't seem that wacky.
That's not that out of the ordinary. Maybe it's just because they called it a giant serving. This one is weird. A blowfish.
Now that's aggressive.
Why would they have it, and what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, are you eating that? You ever had blowfish?
No. I don't imagine there'd be a lot of meat on a blowfish.
Maybe they were like, this is what probably it was. They were somewhere like tropical.
Yeah.
And they were like by the water, and they were like, you guys don't have blowfish? That's ridiculous.
Maybe
they're really trying to delve into the whole vacation thing. Like, we only are eating seafood while we're here. That's all we're doing. We're right by the water. We have to. And they were like, we haven't tried blowfish yet.
Yeah.
They should have it.
They were just trying to think, I can't believe we haven't had fish on this trip.
Back there somewhere.
Yeah. Or maybe it's not noted, but maybe it's one of those lamps. They wanted one of those lamps, the blowfish lamps. I'd love to have one of those.
A blowfish lamp.
It might be inhumane or something, but they do look cool. The lamp where you pull the chain and the blowfish.
I mean, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
I didn't know if it was a common thing.
Yes,
or if it's just something in my
I knew
own
what you were
mind.
talking about the first time you said it, let alone the fourth.
Then I will stop explaining it, but it's something that I would like. All right, interesting. You know what? I've got a vacation coming up later this year where maybe I'll make a point to order room service just to see what it's like.
You should.
Yeah.
It feels good when they bring it, and it's kind of like door dashing though. It's not that special anymore. Just door dash to your hotel room.
That's right.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
We need a ruling on this guy. What may be a sweet move to some is also rubbing many the wrong way. We have a guy on Reddit who's double parked his blue Volkswagen Beetle in the corner spot of what appears to be an apartment complex. And apparently, according to the poster, he does this routinely. The reason being is he double parks. He takes the two spots at once when he gets home from work or whatever it is, because those are the two spots with shade. But if he's got a Volkswagen Beetle, he doesn't need two spots. The reason he takes the two spots is so that he can save one for his wife when she gets back. And so then every day, every time when she returns, then he'll go move his vehicle, and then they get the two prime shaded corner parking positions. You be the judge.
I'm against it. I hate it.
Fair, totally foul.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. And the way that he parked it too, until you see the bug taking up those two spots. Like if it was like a normal car,
yeah, I was gonna
it would
ask.
even be less egregious.
Okay.
Like it would be better if it wasn't this little bug. And so just to see this tiny little bug, I mean, it's so obvious that he's doing it on purpose. I mean, that would make me so upset. Who are you to decide who gets what spot?
Yeah, why are you so important?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
if you were
I'm against
real, if he really wanted, if we're supposed to view this in the sweet way of like, oh, he's saving a good spot for his wife.
No.
Then excuse me, you park your car in the good spot, and then when your wife comes home, you move
go
out.
find a spot.
She gets the good spot, and you go find some other spot.
Make your way on downtown, buddy.
Maybe you be the judge is a bit aggressive because clearly he's in the wrong here. So question 2 is, how do you get back at him? Because he can't. You got to stop this. You got to put an end to it. Apparently, it's been going on for a long time.
Oh, he's been doing this. Oh, this
isn't a one-time occurrence.
This isn't
This is a routine.
You're telling me the people in his apartment complex have stood for this long? Oh,
yeah,
no
they've
way.
let him get away with it. So what do you do to get back at him?
I'm thinking confrontation.
You think so?
Face to face like a man. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Stop doing that. If I'll tell you this much.
I think you can do it more subtly than that, though.
I think if I came home one day and I saw him parked that way, I'd go knock on his door. I'd say, move your car.
You would, huh?
Yes, that would be the only way. I think it's the best way. Because I would say, you're in the wrong. You're not saving the spot. That's not allowed anywhere.
Yeah.
This isn't a thing that you can just do.
I mean, I would say if it was any other car, I'd say, well, you don't know what kind of guy you could be messing with. But it's a Volkswagen Beetle. So
yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine this is some street tough that's going to be opening the door for you.
It's not like I'm looking for a fight. I'm just asking you to move your car and park like a normal person.
I also think there's a lot more passive-aggressive ways you could do this.
You think we egg the car
The
or something?
simplest way, because it's at the corner spot, is somebody said if the car next to him just parks at an angle as well, he wouldn't be able to leave.
Ooh.
He'd be stuck there.
That would be the best way. Yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
You should block him in.
Yeah, park him in.
Just block him in.
If we can just make up our own parking situation, I'm making it up that I'm parking behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Block him in.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Every day.
Yep.
Until you decide not to. I'll park diagonal as well.
I
like that.
You could probably rally the whole apartment complex behind that.
And somebody could do it every day, and his wife would have to go find a new parking spot, and then he would stop. I like your idea because I immediately went, maybe we should vandalize his car,
Yeah.
Egg it,
right.
Bird poop, I don't know. Like those are the first things that came to mind for me. That was good. I'm for that. I like the way that you're thinking.
There we go.
Shows a little bit of creativity.
I'm a solutions-oriented guy, so I've got some good solutions.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Now, we're getting into prime road trip time.
Oh, I love a good road trip.
Summertime, a great time to hit the old open road. And you know what makes or breaks a road trip?
What?
The snacks.
Snacks are important.
More important, perhaps, than the people you're with.
Could be.
Is what you're snacking on. That, according to a new poll of over 2,000 adults, it reveals that snacks actually are more important than the company you keep when you're on a road trip. 38% of people say it's the most important thing that makes or breaks a road trip.
That's wild. That's crazy to talk about. That you would consider snacks more important than your company. But I guess if you're driving, maybe the people that are in the car with you could be asleep.
They could be asleep, and that's good company for a road trip a lot of the time. Although it's true that if you are driving and you have people that aren't asleep and are really annoying, that can really destroy your road trip. That can absolutely ruin the enjoyment.
Yeah, they can be more of a deterrent then they could be like an advantage.
That's right. But the snacks, all they can do is pump up your road trip.
Unless they're crappy.
Yeah. So what is the best road trip snack? Text in if you've got a favorite you go with 8772 RadioU. What are you thinking, Isaiah? What is the top road trip snack?
For myself?
Yeah.
If I'm going category, I'm going to go candy.
Candy for a road trip.
Oh, yeah. I'm going gummies. I'm definitely going gummies. For me personally, if I'm doing like a top list, like a tier list of what I want, I'm for sure throwing the Lifesaver gummies. Those are going at the top. Right after that, probably like Twizzlers. I'm a huge Twizzler guy. And then if I had to follow up maybe in the 3 spot, it's so tough. I would probably lean between maybe a Slim Jim or some sort of chocolate bar, whether it's like a Snickers or a Take 5. Just depends on my mood as well. If I'm looking for something that's going to be a little more filling, I'm not going candy. Like if I'm kind of hungry and we're not stopping for food, then I'm definitely going more of like the Slim Jim Snickers route.
Yeah.
But if I'm just looking for something to like snack on throughout the whole trip, something that's fun, I'm definitely going like Lifesavers gummies or Twizzlers.
It's interesting. When my first thought was, I don't do sweet snacks when I'm road tripping.
What do you do?
And that's because sweet snacks are the ones you mentioned do not fall into this category, but the sweet snacks tend to be messier. Like you get, you're going on a summertime road trip, you grab a Snickers bar, it's going to melt all over your fingers. You got a mess on your hands, literally. And so I don't enjoy that.
Got it. I didn't know that you were saving it the whole trip. I thought we were talking about maybe eating a Snickers bar in one sitting.
If it's summertime, it's 95 degrees outside. It doesn't matter how fast you eat it.
I guess you're right.
You're going to wind up with chocolatey fingers.
See, I get it.
Even, or if you go with like a donut, that's messy all the time.
A donut would be a wild choice.
You have limited options as far as napkins go. So I'm always a savory guy when it comes to snacks, which according to this study, I'm not alone. Chips are notated.
No, they're not.
They are as the top a top road trip snack.
Take.
47% of people said chips. Cookies was second.
That's even worse.
Who gets a cookie on a road trip?
Chips and cookies at 1 and 2 is absurd. That's absurd.
Your choice of candy was third place, 42%. Those are the best things that you can get on a road trip. The one time that I will turn to beef jerky no matter the price, because a lot of times a road trip, it's a vacation, you're having fun. So I'm going with beef jerky.
That's your one seed?
That's what I will do. That's a special road trip thing I don't normally get. It's clean, easy to eat. It can fill you up a little bit. Yeah, it's a little more pricey, but we're on vacation. It doesn't matter. That's in the vacation budget. Part of it I set aside for good jerky.
Yeah, the beef jerky is definitely a staple. It's grand. I love it, but it's just like I can't get over the price of it. It's just too much for me. It's just too much.
If there's a road trip snack we're missing, 8772 RadioU.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, RadioU.
I didn't even know this is a possibility as we get into vacation season. Did you know you could work for companies that will actually pay you, not just pay you for your time off, but will pay to send you on vacation?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, right?
I am for not only paid vacation, but being paid extra to go on vacation.
Yeah, you get there. I've got 6 companies here that not only give you your standard paid time off, which is fairly, almost every company, if you're working full time, will give you paid time off. But these companies in different ways will take care of your vacation for you. And a lot of them, it says, are hiring. So let's check this out. This makes a lot of sense. Airbnb.
Interesting.
If you are an employee of Airbnb, you receive $2,000 in Airbnb travel credits each year that you can use to book stays or experiences through Airbnb.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty solid.
$2,000 on Airbnb, that's paying for a couple trips.
You could definitely knock out a couple nights of a stay somewhere unique or get a couple experiences. And obviously, that is, if I'm understanding right, this isn't if you're an Airbnb host. This is like if you actually work for Airbnb.
But $2,000 is a big amount.
You can do a lot with that.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about like where you're staying at. Like all you're worried about is getting the flight there, and then the extra like $400 or so that you would pay for your stay is just covered. That's a really good one.
That's a good one. What about this company called Bamboo HR? They say they call it their paid vacation policy. They offer employees a $2,000 annual stipend to cover vacation expenses like plane tickets and hotel rooms.
Love that too.
Every year, $2,000 to take a trip.
See,
I like
that one's even better.
Yeah, because that covers travel.
Yeah, that's everything. Like the Airbnb one, like that has to go over the course of 4 trips probably. Like this Bamboo HR one, like you are not only having to use this on the Airbnb, you can use this on your plane ticket, your food, whatever it is.
And as an individual or a couple, you could take a fairly nice trip.
A monster trip.
Yeah, for $2,000, one big trip.
You can do 2 trips that are pretty nice for $1,000 a piece.
Or think about how it open if you had $2,000 just for the air tickets. Think about how that would open up your options of where you could go.
You could go anywhere.
Yeah. How about Calendly? That's an appointment scheduling software company. They offer their employees an annual $1,000 vacation stipend that can go towards hotels, flights, or rental cars. Okay. Pales in comparison to those other 2 we talked about. 30 Madison. As soon as you get hired, they're a healthcare company. You are eligible for an annual $750 vacation stipend. Begins on your first day on the job, but it can only be redeemed once you have taken a vacation that's at least 5 days long.
That's a long vacation.
That's does that count though if it's over a weekend, or does it have to be like an entire work week?
I assume we're talking about like 5 holiday or 5 work days.
Let's see. I've got another company that's got Philo also offering unlimited time off as well as $2,000 annual vacation bonus.
That's fire. It's unlimited time off. That's all I do.
Yep.
I'm applying right now, Philo.
And then this makes a lot of sense too. TripAdvisor also reimburses employees for all personal travel as part of its global lifestyle benefit. It does say that it's for eligible products and services based off of your years of service. So I guess it's not all expenses necessarily, but anything could be eligible as long as you keep working there.
See, I think that here at RadioU, we need something like this.
We need some creative benefits.
Yeah, like something like outside that just makes me a little bit more excited. You know, I could use like maybe getting $2,000 for flights or something. That'd be great. I'd take one more vacation days.
Yeah, I would. If they paid me $2,000 to go somewhere for work, I'd do it. You know what I mean?
I would too.
Let's do some work trips. Let's do that. Build some team building.
I love a little team morale.
Yeah.
Build morale up around here.
Yeah.
Let's do some vacations rolling.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Amazing video right here. It's a cautionary tale of heading to the gym. You got to know your limits because this woman here, she's running on the treadmill. She turned it up. She turned it up high. She turned it up to level 10.
She's running.
Yeah, she's going full bar. Yeah, I don't usually see people doing like that level on a treadmill very often. So she's trying to go fast, and somehow she trips and falls, but manages to catch herself. It looks like on the handles on the treadmill, so she doesn't completely fall off. However, as she's struggling to try to get back to her feet with the treadmill going so fast, her pants, the back of her pants, like near her ankles, get caught on the treadmill that's treading and milling, and it pulls her pants right off of her.
Pantses her.
Yeah.
An old-fashioned pantsing.
Yeah. You got pantsed by a treadmill. And so she's bearing pretty much all. Fortunately, she was wearing underwear at the time. But, man, what a wild video. Glad it didn't happen to me. You ever had a gym fail?
Obviously, not to this level.
Nothing as epic as this. That's for sure.
I mean, she's scraped up too. It shows like a picture of like her knees and her legs. Like she like was holding on, trying to get back up. And then once the pants went, then she just embraced the fall because she knew she had to get her pants back up.
Yeah, right.
And for me, I've never had something this egregious. And good on her. I mean, she's the one who posted it too.
Yeah, I have a question about that.
And so for me, if I had a gym fail like this, I would never post it.
You keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I've never like had any true like gym fails. I've had times where I've like tripped and stumbled in the gym, but like never like on a treadmill. That's a whole nother level of tripling and stumbling.
Yeah.
But for me, for the most part, I haven't had anything too terrible.
You held it together there pretty well.
Yeah, I've had some times where I've almost like failed on bench press, and I've had that like moment where I like the blood in my eyes started to pierce because I was like, oh my gosh, am I not gonna be able to get this up? and I'm going to have to ask for help. 'Cause that's my
Yeah.
biggest fear.
The panic.
Is having to ask somebody for help. And
Yeah, I think that's everyone's fear at the gym.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to leave me alone.
Yeah, it was like the worst thing ever. And then one time that happened to me, I had just spotted a guy, like a random guy. I'm at the gym by myself.
Yeah.
So he asked me, he's like, can you spot me? I'm like, yeah, sure, I can spot you. So I walk over and I spot him. He's like, all right, if you like need spotted or anything, just let me know. I'm like, cool, yeah. So I walk back over, and then I don't like asking people.
Yeah, you don't need help.
I don't like asking people to
Got this
spot
under
me. It's
control.
awkward. Like I don't want to have to make him do that. He's standing right next to me, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And so I'm just going for like a one repper, just one rep, and I get it about halfway, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna fail. And there's nothing worse than failing 10 seconds after someone was like, do you need a spot? I'm
Yeah,
like, no,
right.
do I need a spot? No.
What do I look like, a weakling?
You don't think I can do this? Clearly
Yeah.
I can do it. And just barely got it up. I mean, it took a long time. I'm sure he was standing there like, dude, do you need help? Like you've been struggling for 45 seconds. Clearly this isn't a very easy rep for you.
He probably was caught between the feeling of, I should help this guy. He's struggling, and he's a jerk. This is what he deserves.
Yeah, exactly. I just asked him if he wanted help, and he said no. And then I'm over there. Every vein in my face is popping out. I'm freaking out. I'm just going into full survival mode. Thankfully, I did end up getting it. And then I quickly took all the weight off and walked away.
But video of that never surfaced.
No video of that.
Here's my question, going back to this woman who got pantsed by the treadmill. It's clearly security cam footage. So it's like she was filming it herself.
She asked for that.
She had to go ask the
I
gym
would
employee, be
too.
like, hey, what did you even say? Do you just admit, like, hey, I just got pantsed by the treadmill? Can I have
For
video?
sure.
Because it's probably hilarious.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do.
That's
you need that for friends, family, events, memories.
You know what you need it for? To go viral.
Go viral on Twitter.
And it worked. It
TikTok.
worked. She would have never gone viral if she hadn't done this.
You're right.
And it's amazing.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
People are texting in on this Would You Rather Wednesday. The question came from John, who said, would you rather always have perfect driving conditions, no traffic, no weather issues, no speed limits or cops, always green lights? Would you rather have that, or would you rather never have to wait in line no matter where you go? Isaiah, you're saying
wait in line.
you'd rather never wait in line.
I'm not waiting in line. I've got too many lines I'm waiting in and too little traffic I'm dealing with.
What lines are you waiting in?
So if I give you a list of things, this is once I list all these, you're gonna say, "Dang, not waiting in line sounds pretty good." Ready? We're gonna start off airport security.
Yeah.
Be pretty nice. How about restrooms? You ever waited in a long line to go pee? Is not fun. The DMV changed forever. You don't have to wait in line anymore.
That's right.
Hospitals. Ever been to a hospital in emergency? You'd like to be in there quicker, wouldn't you?
I guess you would.
Retail stores sounds pretty nice. Grocery stores, you go there about once a week. You get there around 5 o'clock on like a Sunday. You're not getting out of there very quick.
Yeah,
theme
that
parks.
was the first one that jumped to mind for me.
Yeah, theme parks, concession stands.
Theme parks, your world would change. Think about how much more enjoyment you'd get out of Disney World if you never had to wait in line.
How about for the people that you go to the pharmacy pretty recently? Pharmacy lines.
Okay,
You're cutting
that
right
doesn't
through those
speak
as
to
well.
me as much, but
yeah,
sure.
people that have to get their pills every week. You're going to the pharmacy, you cut right in line. Think about all those places that just saved you. I mean, for me alone, waiting in the restroom line, that's about it alone for me. That would do it.
Yeah,
For the
'cause
little
you don't
amount
want
of
to get
traffic I
caught
deal with.
in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some texts here. Stephanie just says, for sure driving. I hate driving. Okay, simple enough. Catherine says, perfect. She would rather have perfect driving conditions. Waiting in line isn't a life or death situation.
Unless you're at the hospital.
It could be. Yeah, I guess it could in very
But that's
rare
true.
circumstances. But frequently, if
That's
you're
true.
driving, if you're out on the highway and there's bad traffic, people driving like lunatics, which that can cause accidents. And it does cause accidents. I assume you'd also, under these stated would you rather rules, that this means you would be able to avoid people drunk driving and stuff like that. So even though there's also simultaneously no cops around to catch them if they were. So I don't know. I just think that you don't have to worry about that. That makes you a lot safer.
There's still cars on the road.
Yeah, but if it's
There's
perfect
people on
traffic
your earth.
conditions, if it's perfect, they're not going to hit you. They could even crash into each
What
other
do you mean?
behind
what is
you
this
or
they're not
something.
going to hit you thing? This isn't
It's
traffic.
perfect traffic conditions.
Oh my. Okay, whatever.
This is
You're not going to get in a car accident. That's fine. Go on.
Yeah, I think that's a compelling case. I don't know if it's won me over. I think I am leaning towards. I'm not leaning. I made up my mind as soon as it started. I'd rather not have to wait in line. You never enjoy waiting in line. Is never an enjoyable experience. Driving in my car, I don't mind it. I never get pulled over anyways. Haven't been in an accident in years. Traffic, I hate it when it comes up, but you know what? It seems to come up a lot less frequently than waiting in line at the drive-thru.
That's because we work at weird times. We wake up really early and we get off in the middle of the day, so we don't really have to deal with traffic.
Yeah,
so that makes it harder for us.
I still drive around, still do stuff.
Not like the normal people that leave work every day at 5 o'clock hate traffic.
You know what it is?
We don't have to deal with that every day.
Yeah, if it's your everyday thing, that would drive you nuts. It is funny. My wife will literally say, like, well, let's not go do that during rush hour. It doesn't faze me at all. I'm like, whatever, we'll just take a back road. So she's like, no, let's just wait till like 8.
Yeah, some people hate it. They really hate it. For me, I mean, I don't like traffic, but at the same time, like the whole like red light thing too. Red lights are nice. When am I going to change the song? Text my mom back.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that while driving. I'm doing that at a red light. You need the red lights. You need them.
Yeah. I also see Rachel says it's a hard one driving around. She's from the Dallas area. Traffic is not great there. So she says she'd also rather not wait in line. So she's with us, even in a bad traffic scenario.
Yeah, I'm doing waiting in line.
Wait in line it is. The hosts have spoken, even though I think the people overruled us.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot, Radio U.
I have a new fashion trend that eschews the need to go out and get a tan and still gets you looking nice and fine and calling attention to yourself. I'm seeing people here intentionally giving themselves tan lines without actually tanning. I've got a woman here that will explain to you, if you find her on TikTok, how you can just use tape and makeup to make it look like you've got tan lines, like from a bikini top or something, and without actually sitting out in the sun or even going to a tanning bed.
It works.
Yeah,
it works.
It's believable, isn't it?
It's very believable. I mean, yet again, would have fooled me. I can't tell which of the photos are fake ones and which ones are real ones.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is impressive.
Is this one okay? So what do you think? You like the idea? You like the fake tan line idea, or do you feel lied to?
Oh, I love it.
You love the idea?
I think myself, many people, I think tan lines are pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a hot thing.
Okay.
And so for me personally, I'm for the tan lines, even if they're fake. That's okay. I'm for it. Same thing as makeup as usual.
Yeah.
I think if you wear makeup and you look good, yet again, I love it. If you look better, you look better. Tan lines, I think, are an attractive feature. If you look better, you just look better. I'm with it.
I like it for a different reason, and that is because I just like a tan. I like to have tan.
I love a good tan.
But, you know, we all know this and choose to ignore it some people choose to ignore it to certain degrees. And that is that tanning isn't actually good for you, right? It's bad. It's bad for your skin, bad for your health overall in the long term. So you can do this and healthily, safely give yourself the illusion. It's like if you give yourself really, really white teeth too, but this is a lot easier than that.
Even easier.
Yeah, way easier.
You can do it automatically. Girls can do it in like 5 minutes.
So simply. So I like that. I like it. It makes it look like you're tan when you're actually not. Here's what I struggle with is that only really women can do this.
Yes, of course.
For a guy, we'd have to.
There's no way.
How would we go about it?
What tan lines do you even want as a man?
Yeah, right. Exactly. The only one I can think of is if you gave your face tan lines, but like left little lines where sunglasses would go. That's the only way you could do it.
That's not a hot thing.
No, it's not. That'd be. I imagine
you'd look ridiculous.
Women would find that as a big turnoff.
That'd be a huge turnoff. Yeah, I think that'd be a huge turnoff. I would lean against doing that.
That's the only thing I can think of. How else could you pull this off as you or I? How could we?
You don't have to. We don't have to. That's the point.
We don't have to.
It's one of the many things that we don't have to do as men that women have to do. They don't have to do it, but they can do it.
No, but listen, most people probably objectively think we would look better if we were tan, right?
Yes.
And the same goes for women. But women can fake being tan with this little makeup trick with the tan lines. We can't do it. There's no way we can fake being tan without actually fake tanning.
Yeah, so just go fake tan if you want to be tan.
But that doesn't look the same. It's a lot more work.
What are you talking about? You're saying that it's harder for us? I don't understand. What?
Yeah, there's no simple, easy, quick way for us to fake a tan.
Yeah, Hudson, you can wear makeup if you want to. Just say it. Like, you can wear it. Just wear it.
But
then.
I can't give myself a tan line that would have the same effect.
No, you can't. You just have to put on makeup to be tan.
I'd have to like give myself like a wife beater tan up on the shoulders, and then but that would be the closest thing. But that's still a lot more.
Why would you need a tan line? You could just paint yourself tan if you wanted to with the makeup.
I know, but
you don't have to have a tan line to make yourself tan. You could just be tan.
I'm saying that the tan line is a lot simpler than painting your whole body, your whole face, or your whole upper body or whatever.
Well, they still have to paint everything. They still have to do
have
that.
to paint a little bit and fade it.
Yeah, I guess
it's
that's
a lot
true.
quicker. This woman, I mean, it's probably like time lapse, but it's a lot quicker than if you had to go through a whole like spray tan. It's just something else.
I'm for it. I think it's hot. I'm with it. You know what? I think it looks good. So, ladies, you can do that if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, we give it's actually a unanimous thumbs up from the riot. The fake tan lines.
Hudson likes it so much he wants to do it himself.
I do.
For me, I'm not so much into that. I'm not that kind of guy.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
This is so exciting. I have here news on the definitive Bigfoot expedition that is coming up. Some of the world's foremost experts on Bigfoot are taking a trip because unlike for so many other cryptic creatures, you think of think of some, Isaiah.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster.
A unicorn.
Okay. Mothman.
Dragons.
The Jersey Devil. Chupacabra.
The Zodiac Killer.
All of those creatures are spotted in unique circumstances. They're only in one place. Like the Loch Ness Monster is only in that one lake. But Bigfoot's been seen around the world for centuries. So that must mean he's real.
But never actually seen.
He's been seen, he's just never been caught. And
or actually seen.
These guys, these Bigfoot experts, are taking a trip to Thailand to try to track down Bigfoot, where reports of Bigfoot in Thailand go back to, it looks like the 16th century. That's like 500 years ago. And all the way back to the 16th century. And so they are going to Thailand where they hope to find definitive proof of Bigfoot himself. Are you into this?
No.
Where do you stand on Bigfoot?
I'm against it.
You're against Bigfoot?
Against Bigfoot. I don't think he's real.
You don't think so?
I don't
Then why have so many people seen him all around the globe?
But how come we never found him then?
He's elusive.
Elusive?
He's elusive.
What are you talking about? Is he some genius?
Yeah, he knows the forest better than any of us.
No, that's such a dumb.
And since
ridiculous.
he's half man, half ape, he has a lot of the intelligence of a man along with a lot of the know-how in the woods of an ape. And so he's able to elude all of our feeble attempts to try to track him down.
What I think that's crazy about the whole Bigfoot thing.
Yeah.
Is how is Bigfoot? Do we consider Bigfoot an animal? Is he an animal, right?
Yeah, I think he's an animal.
So if Bigfoot's an animal, how?
Some people consider us to be animals.
Yeah, so if Bigfoot's an animal.
For various reasons.
If Bigfoot's an animal, then how is he the only animal that's that big that we haven't been able to find yet? We found deer. Found those pretty quick. We found moose. We found a moose out there. Yeah, we found them pretty quick. What about elk? I found an elk pretty quickly. Bigfoot, somehow we haven't found him.
Different types of animals.
Yet he's the same size as all the other ones.
They're different. The Bigfoot, he finds like caves and stuff.
Is there more than one? That's my next question.
He can climb trees. Moose can't climb trees.
Is there more than one Bigfoot?
There has to be because people have been seeing him all across the globe. That's why some people call him the Sasquatch in like the Pacific Northwest.
So my next question is...
in China, Nepal, they call him the Yeti. Yet in Ohio, they call him the Ohio Grassman, which may be somebody's weed dealer as well. But there's big people who've seen Bigfoot all over the world. It's a whole race. It's its whole own tree of the animal
Are they
kingdom.
mating? Like, is there enough of them that they're procreating? Like, what are they doing here?
There has to be.
There has to
They're
be.
not ageless.
Are they going up in numbers or down? I can't be sure.
You know what? You're talking to me. I'm a novice on the situation. I just want Bigfoot to be real because I think it'd be cool. But
I mean, I'd love for him to be real.
I think you'll find the answers you're looking for if you listen to renowned Bigfoot researcher Tom Biscardi as he goes on this definitive expedition to Thailand to try to find Bigfoot once and for all. I think he has the answers to the questions you're looking for.
How about this? If Tom's this big expert, he's been putting years into this, right?
Yeah.
If he can't find him, can we put it to rest?
I don't know. See,
people want to believe. I'll give it to them. You know what? We can believe.
Yeah.
We can continue on. I won't ruin it.
Wouldn't it be fun if Bigfoot was real?
I agree. I want him to be real. I really do.
It doesn't sound like you do.
I do. I want him to be real. I really do. I swear. I want him to be real, but I don't believe that he is. I'm not going to tell you I believe in him when I don't. I'm going to be genuine. But at the same time, I would love for them to find him. That'd be sick. But that's like the Loch Ness Monster. I would rather the Loch Ness Monster be real than Bigfoot, honestly.
Oh, really?
It'd be cooler, yeah.
How would that help, though?
It would. I mean, how would Bigfoot help, you know?
Well, because he could be around here.
Oh, he could just hang out?
So we could go see him or something.
Grocery store.
We're not going to go see the Loch Ness Monster.
What you got to do, sign autographs and do TikToks? Like, is that his next big move, Bigfoot?
If he was smart, that's what he'd do.
That would be a smart move. Yeah, I'd rather, have Loch Ness Monster, but I'm for it.
I guess what I don't know, the question that even I have about Bigfoot is, I don't know why he's so dead set on not being caught.
I know, right? He could be so famous.
Yeah. Like
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a lot
of them.
So
famous.
At least one of them. So I hope it works out.
You'd think one of them would be like the wild one. They'd be like, you know what? I do want to get caught.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to be like all the other ones that don't want to get caught. I want to get caught. And yet again, we haven't found one yet to really show out like that.
They really know how to toe the species line.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.